Hey everybody, this is Joseph Hasek, and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to Crunching the Numbers. Welcome back to Mark Everett Kelly, two-time Emmy Award winner for ESPN. Week 6 in the National Football League. Mark, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to discuss the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots from last Sunday night. The clock starts now. 9, 8.
Yeah, I'm just shocked that the Patriots are as good as they are and they beat Buffalo.
That's it.
And you should be ashamed of yourself.
I should?
Yes.
Yeah. Why should I? Why?
Because you're
because
a Buffalo
NFL. Fan. Because the NFL gave these crappy jerseys and all that. Look, I'm taking off my jersey. I'm really pissed off here. All right. So, look, the NFL with these rivalry jerseys, rivalry helmets, Why do they break a perfect thing? They have a perfect season and lose to the Patriots. The Patriots are now one game behind the Buffalo Bills. My dream of my birthday, my 52nd birthday, February 8th, 2026, the Super Bowl, Santa Clara, California. Mark and his sponsors are going to take us to the Super Bowl. And look, anyways, week 6. And see, now you got me started. Now.
Yeah, you asked me the question.
Yeah, it's your fault. All right. I'm fired up. Sunday morning. Listen to this. This weekend, Mark, I'm going to tell you this. We here at Fired Up Network, we don't sleep. We cover all the sports. We got the Blue Jays in the ALDS. It could be Game 5 on Friday. Okay?
Oh, man. 6-1 lead. You got to put that game away.
Okay. Don't talk about that either.
Anyway, I still think they'll win. Good.
Okay. Now, on Friday, I got to wake up early, 8 a.m., SmackDown from Australia.
Ooh,
Saturday, Australia, Crown Jewel, 8 a.m. All right? Yeah. Saturday, the start of Hockey Night in Canada here in Canada. Okay? So, and then Sunday, we got to wake up early because 9:30 in the morning. And by the way, it's a doozy. It's your New York Jets who have promised me that they're going to lose by 40 points. All right? To the Denver Broncos in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Who do you like in this one? And Denver favored by 7.5. I thought they'd be favored by more since they beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Isn't it a treat that you get to watch the Jets first thing on Sunday morning? I mean, if you want to send people straight back to bed, that's what you do. Okay. Denver hasn't really even played well, and they're still 3-2. They've won their last 2 games. They beat the Bengals 29-3, but beating the Eagles on the road, come on. Do you really think the Jets have a chance? Remember, last year's game was one of the ugliest, most boring games where neither team did anything on offense.
And this is why,
Jets,
no joking aside, this is why I may lean to the New York Jets. No. Okay. Well, I'm telling you, you're going to be wrong. I'm telling you, you're going to be wrong.
Okay.
Why?
Right.
Denver, when they travel to London, England, has never won. Not only have they never won,
right? But have they played the Jets?
This is my soliloquy, so let me go. The Jets are 0-5. All right, the Jets are 0-5. Yeah. Now, Aaron Glenn, it takes a long time over to London, so he's thinking, he's sleeping, he's thinking about your restaurant and thinking about the great food they have, where the sponsors are, and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he's thinking,
sure he is,
okay, no, what do you mean very nice? He's thinking about ordering the meal from where you are to London to get them motivated. I have heard that this is going to be a very, very close matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets win it in a last-second field goal. All right? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going on the line. Yes, I am going to pick the Jets via 8 points. They're going to cover 8 points. And I may lean Sunday morning, if I get my tea and crumpets ready, may lean Sunday morning to the Jets pulling out a victory. You say no. Of course, the biggest Jets fan there is. He underneath his suit and everything, he's wearing green underwear, and he has a protected cup. That guy who's the Jets fan, he wears that helmet and that's what he's wearing, and he's picking against the
Fireman
Jets.
Ed,
Right. Not a bad
I'm
idea.
sorry.
Yeah.
You see the sun come up every morning. You learn to accept it.
All right. So okay, you're picking Denver.
Yeah. Bo Nix, has a history of beating teams I like. And the fact that the Jets, average 30 points a game. Come on. Whatever offensive ailments Denver has, they're going to be fixed this week.
Listen, the Jets will cover and they win. That's all I'm saying. Now, that game starts 9:30 in London, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Now, Arizona and the Colts, 1 p.m. Colts favored by 6.5. Now, if you're Arizona, you're leading Tennessee 21-6. Then
I know, right?
What goes on? They fumble in the end zone. Tennessee ends up winning. This could be a season-changing loss for Arizona, even though I think they're going to lose this week to the Colts. What do you say?
You can't blow a 21-6 lead to the Titans, okay? And I just don't. And then also, if you look at the other side to that, their opponent, Tennessee. Hold on one second, I'm having a brain fart.
Tennessee, yeah.
Right. But I was okay, so Indianapolis starting 4-1 and just blowing out the Raiders, making them look like a little league team.
I asked you at the beginning what last show or something. What's the surprise of week 6 going into week 6? And I have to say, who would have thought? First of all, Jacksonville would be 4-1, and Indianapolis would be 4-1, and they're in the same division, right? So it's like look, I obviously I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. 4-1, they're 4-1. They're tied with those guys with Philadelphia, with everything. So this year in the NFL, it's topsy-turvy, but who do you calling the Colts in this one, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's go to the Rams and the Ravens. 1 p.m. game. Rams favored by 8.5. Ravens decimated with injuries. Do you call the Rams to win in this one?
Now I like the Ravens. Well, the Ravens have just played so bad this year after you guys came back and shocked them on Sunday Night Football in the opening game.
Yeah, Buffalo 41-4.
Yeah, even though Derrick Henry is setting NFL records with touchdowns, I think he just passed Walter Payton on the all-time touchdown list. Yeah. This will be a game no one expects them to win. I think they'll win.
Okay, so and if that happens, if they win, they may save their season. So there you go. Now a big rivalry game, 1 p.m. also in Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Who you got?
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh will start 6-1 and then it'll fall apart.
All right, so that means you got Pittsburgh there. This is a good game. Seattle, Jacksonville, 1:00. Jacksonville favored by a point.
Yeah, Jacksonville. I think this is a game where everyone expects them to win, that they're going to lose.
Wow. Okay, so you're calling Jacksonville to lose. All right. Other 1:00 game. And this is not bad also. The Chargers go into Miami. The Chargers favored by 3.5. And this is where usually I think, and the Chargers are great and all that, I just feel they're going to get bitten by the Dolphins.
Well, how do you lose to Carolina? You have a 17-0 lead.
Well, I'm telling you, that's last week. Now this week, I think the Dolphins will beat the Chargers.
Okay.
You say?
I don't think so.
All right.
I think the Chargers will rebound. Chargers lost 2 straight. I think they'll recover.
When I say you're wrong, you're wrong. All right. When I say you're wrong. And then you're going to be wrong. Now, the Dallas Cowboys go into Carolina to take on the Panthers, and the Cowboys favored by 3.5. Who do you see in this one?
That's a good question.
Well, you have to think about Carolina.
Yeah,
like,
because
what's
that,
wrong with you?
that Dallas is so hit or miss. Okay, playing the Jets is no type of criteria for anybody. It's like playing a bunch of like 3-year-olds with crayons. So I would say Carolina had their comeback win. Now, remember, there were people, including John Gruden, before the season started, that thought Carolina was going to be pretty good. I think Dallas is so inconsistent. I think Dallas will lose this game.
You're seeing Dallas loses. Wow. All right. Other
I
one.
got to be different. You know, I can't just do what everybody else does.
Other 1 o'clock game, and a new Super Bowl favorite going into New Orleans, the New England Patriots, 3.5-point favorites over the Saints.
Yeah, Patriots are going to continue to roll. It's just always what they do. I think Vrabel now it's like Belichick squared, and you see how good Belichick is without Brady, right?
Yeah. So it's.
I wonder what the key was all those years.
Yeah, exactly. But I gotta say this: the quarterback from New England impressed me Sunday night against the Bills. He impressed me. But you know what? When the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen specifically made that comeback, you had the feeling the Bills would win by a field goal, and instead they lose by a field goal. But it's one game, whatever. Let's talk about 4 o'clock games, 4:05. Now, this is a doozy, like you talked about. The Tennessee Titans travel to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Raiders favored by 4.5. Do you want to put your money on the Raiders, Mark?
I do. Because they were so embarrassed last week. It was so embarrassed last week. You know, I mean, everything on the field, Pete Carroll getting into arguments, you know, Geno Smith looking like, a
keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
All right.
Or who's the wrestler that wound up dying in the 80s? Gino Hernandez. Like, I mean, that's who he was looking at. 9 interceptions, leads the NFL, and they just got their butt kicked by the Colts on the road. The Raiders, I don't know what people expected out of the Raiders, but they're already talking about, get rid of some of their key guys, including Crosby, who's probably their best player.
It's remarkable. Every year in the National Football League, we got 32 teams, and they want to expand and all that. But every year, it seems like certain teams, the Raiders, of course, the Browns and all that, certain teams don't.
The Jets
are losing. Yeah, there's no chance at the beginning of the year, right? So it's remarkable how every year you could count on 1, 2 of the certain teams. Now, 4:25 game. This should be a doozy as well. The 49ers go into Tampa to take on the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers favored by 2.5. And we talked about the quarterback of the New England Patriots, but what about the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? This guy, Baker Mayfield, just comes in and has heart, win or lose. He tries to win. He tries to make the first downs. And this 49ers team up and down, but they made a big victory last week. So who you got in this one?
And then you have, Mac Jones as backup quarterback playing, 3-0 for them. Mac Jones, I thought was going to be very good coming out of college. Remember how good he was senior year at Alabama? Yeah. Of course, he had like Jerry Jeudy and
by the way, Mac Jones ate at your restaurant. I know that for a fact.
He did when he was in high school.
Yeah. See? This is why you should go to the corral there. But we'll talk about that later. So who do you like in that
Stampede,
one? Yeah.
I think he bought a car from Bobby, too. Anyway.
Yeah.
San Francisco, I think. The NFC West is up for grabs. Either it's going to be them or LA. I don't think Arizona. I mean, come on. Arizona, you can't blow a 21-6 lead to Tennessee. That's going to cost them. I think San Francisco, they're still the better defense. And between the two quarterbacks, I mean, they're almost identical, and kind of how they game manage. I think San Francisco is just more consistent, and they'll win this game.
All right. Last 2 games for the 4:25 slot. This one should take 2 seconds. Cincinnati into Green Bay. Green Bay favored by 14.5. The only question is, will they cover the spread? So
I think Green Bay will. I think Green Bay has kind of been inconsistent. I think they're going to explode offensively.
All right, and now the Sunday nighter, another good one. And this one, I have to say, it's do or die for Kansas City. It's the Detroit Lions into Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 2. If Kansas City loses, they're going to be 2-4 with still teams with Buffalo to come and all this. So it's a critical game for the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you got on Sunday Night Football?
Well, I think they want to get Detroit back for beating them last year. Remember, season opening game?
Yeah.
Detroit shocked everyone. And Detroit, you look at the way they played this year. I think people were concerned because they lost their coordinators. Well, they haven't really slipped much. Their only loss was to Green Bay early on. Since then, they put up 52, 38, 34, and 37. All right, 38 on the Ravens. Now, I guess everybody's kind of putting up 30 on the Ravens. This will be the kind of litmus test too at Kansas City when Kansas City has to win. I'll be interested to see how they're going to play. I think Detroit wins. I think Kansas City, they're still not in like desperation mode. I think after they lose this game, though, they will win.
All right, so that's Sunday slate. Mark will be back here for 2 Monday Night Football games preview. But Mark, let's talk about your sponsors and all that, the Corral and the car. If you need a great car, go call Bobby.
Okay, Corral.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, it's a Cattle Stampede. Cattle Stampede is a restaurant here in Fort Payne that serves a buffet owned by Miles Smith. Miles Smith and Bobby Ledbetter, my other sponsor, does auto sales. And, everybody, all car salesmen get a reputation, but Bobby and his staff are different. Like I said, if you buy from them once, you always go back. And they're just 2 great guys, and 2 guys I'm really proud to have as sponsors.
All right. Well, thank you to them, and thank you to Mark. And Mark will be back here to preview Monday Night Football games this week. All right, Mark. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.
See you.